Good. We're going to do a little slide for you.
Great catch.
Something must have happened to him where it became aversive, and that means like a negative thing for eating. And so what happened with him is he wouldn't eat fish, and if a sea lion's not going to catch fish in the wild, what's going to happen?
They'll die.
He'll die, exactly. And so he ended up coming to live with us. And actually our boss, who's been here for a long time, and Carly was one of them too, they actually taught him how to eat fish. And so every once in a while, and so he does a lot better living here because in the wild he probably would not have made it. So we jokingly call him our big baby because 600 pounds shouldn't be afraid of anything, but he's actually pretty shy sometimes. So maybe we can show you a couple of things.
Look at how
he knows all sorts of behaviors. When he came out here, you saw how he gave you a great big smile. The bark is crazy little dancing. So we had a big segment of like a dancing segment in our old show where the sea lions kind of like look for stuff and kind of dance through the trainers. So he still knows a lot of those behaviors. And mostly, it looks silly on stage, but really all of the things that we ask Riley to do, they can do in the wild. You might not see them dancing around like that, but you will see them resting like that. They actually use their front flippers to get along on the rocky shores in the sand really fast. Let's see, while he's swimming you can check out a couple of things. That's not even that fast for him, but watch him come out. Good. I'm going to do a little slide for you.
Great catch.
Yes, they're really strong. You think about it, he's 600 pounds, so that was at least half of his body weight that he just lifted up with those front flippers to put his tail in the air. So definitely strong. Are you guys going to be able to visit the actual shores when you're visiting out here?
Yeah, they already were there on Monday. We're going there tomorrow.
Okay, so we can see the difference between a seal and a sea lion. Here, that's a big difference. Those front pectoral flippers, that's only a sea lion. The seals don't have that. In fact, he did his little impression of a seal earlier when he kind of laid down flat. They basically just look like little slugs, the seals do, and they kind of inchworms along. But the sea lions, as you can see by Riley, can run sometimes faster. Sometimes they can run even faster than you can on the rocky shores in the sand. So never approach a sea lion in the wild because they're not trained like Riley, and their natural instinct is to chase you if you get too close to them. So don't do that. But those front pectoral flippers, there's a big difference. You saw how he kind of glides through the water. When they want to swim, he just puts really fast, they just put the front pectorals, one big scoop, and then they kind of like a bullet just kind of swim or shoot through the water as fast as they can. Another difference that when he first came out, you heard that great big bark, really, really loud, right? Well, that's a sea lion bark. Fishermen a long time ago used to hear them in the ocean barking, so they would call them lions of the sea. And then as the time passed, it turned to the name sea lion. That's just human swim. That's what we look like. We do look kind of silly when we're swimming in comparison to fish and sea lions, right? So that's a big difference. And if you go to see the seals again, when they make kind of a sound, it's not that bark. It's kind of, the best we can describe it is it sounds like a garbage disposal, the seals. So it's not the same exact sound. And then the other difference, which he's kind of, look at how he's holding really nice. You can see those tiny little ear flaps kind of on the very top of his head. Those are where his ears are, and he has little ear flaps like we do. But the seals just have holes that lead to their ears. So when you go and see them in the wild, you're going to be able to now say that's a seal or a harbor seal and that's a sea lion. Be able to tell the difference because they all kind of hang out together in the water, but there's definitely a difference. Now he's got those. He's got those beautiful whiskers. They all have whiskers like that, but Riley's are like the longest, most gorgeous one I've ever seen. They're not there just for beauty. Does anyone know why they have them?